Well, fine, good afternoon all. This is Patricia and I'm traveling for history. I'm in Randolph, Vermont today. In fact, this is downtown Randolph. Let me show you what that looks like. Beautiful buildings on both sides of the street. And the building right in front of us is the Kimball Public Library. This building was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1985. We can see by looking at the top there that the date on the building itself is 1902. It was dedicated on February 24, 1903. In fact, what was interesting is that the dedication of the building was not actually done at the public library. It was done here at the church. The building is made of brick. That brownstone is actually brownstone. And you can see there is dental molding at the top here. See in the pediment, dental molding, and then just below that we see there are these small ionic columns. What's interesting about this kind of ionic column, from what I can see from down here, is it appears that is a Roman style ionic column, because it appears that the flutes are leaning. They are as opposed to straight across. And can I show that to you? So that's the top part there. That makes it the ionic column, and it appears that it's leaning forward. Instead of being straight across. I hope I didn't make that worse. Now, Mr. Kimball had moved away from Randolph, although his family has long, deep roots here. He made his money as a banker. And in the 1930s, during the Great Depression, he settled with his creditors at 25% of the value of what he owed, which didn't sit right with him. And just wanted to share a story in this wonderful book, the Kimball Public Library. It's the history of the building, a century of reading in Randolph. The librarian here let me borrow it, and I've got to return it pretty soon. They close at 5. You can see from the timestamp it's just about 5. It says here, and I'm quoting, this didn't sit right with him, this 25% of the balance due, or the money owed. And 9 years later, when the financial picture was rosier, he invited his past creditors to a banquet. The story goes that the guests, once settled at the table, were asked to turn over their dinner plates. There, each of them found a check for the 75% he hadn't been able to make good on earlier, paid in full with 6% interest. He died unexpectedly at the age of 67. His obituary wasn't obvious, but perhaps a stroke or a heart attack. And something else I want to point out to you on the exterior of this building, which does affect the interior of the building as well, and that is the dome at the top. That right there. It holds the stained glass and emits light into the library, extra light. So, a beautiful thing. And there's the stained glass I was talking about outside. It's inside the library. And as we look around the library just briefly, we can see that there are ionic columns here. Beautifully done. Emerson and Hawthorne names up there. Longfellow. Webster and Bancroft and Phillips. Brooks. Beautiful light fixtures. A fireplace. And plenty of books. Gorgeous paneling. All right. Has a gable roof. We can see the gable end is facing us, which is right there. If the gable end sounds familiar, I'm sure you've watched any one of my videos on buildings that were the Greek Revival style buildings. Has a slate roof. At least it looks like a slate roof from here. Slate roof will last at least 100 years if cared for. And let me show you a little bit of the interior. And so I'm going to cross the street. I'm going to pause it as I do that. People here really do stop, though, for the crosswalk. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so we can see a double door entrance, and this wonderful vestibule in the middle. The steps came from the marble. Just want to make sure you can hear me over the trucks. So the marble for the steps came from Isle La Motte, and I don't know what was on these things. There's one on this side and one on that side. You know, the New York Public Library has those lions, so who knows? It looks like it was at least somewhat big. But let's go up here. And beautiful doors. More marble. One of this were for Isle La Motte too, but I don't know that for a fact. If you climb the stairs, I will say it has a low rise over run. What the heck does that mean? It means it's easier on the knees to climb the stairs. Beautiful marble here. And events, all that good stuff. Beautiful doors to enter. And you look out to the town as well. All right. Well, this is Patricia, and I'm traveling for history. Thank you so much for coming with me today as I filmed the Kimball Public Library here in Randolph, Vermont, downtown Randolph. And until I see you again, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Bye now.